2022 Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo Review, the Porsche of wagons. The Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo has the best chance of rekindling America's love affair with the wagon, at least for buyers with the means to afford this high-performance vehicle. It's essentially a Panamera with an extended roof. A wagon, if you will, but don't call it that. Labeling a car the W word is akin to handing down a death sentence in an era when crossovers are the in thing. 3 non-turbo badged versions of the Sport Turismo are available, powered by twin turbocharged V6 and V8 engines with power outputs ranging from 325 horsepower in the base 4 to 473 HP in the GTS. An 8-speed PDK transmission ensures that performance is lightning fast by enabling one of the most repeatable launch control sequences on the market. This car has to be good, as it's not just competing against the Audi RS6 Avant and Mercedes-AMG E63 wagon, but also an entire segment of performance SUVs. If anyone can change the USA's perception of the wagon, it's Porsche. 2022 Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo changes. What's the difference vs 2021 Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo? After a substantial midlife refresh that arrived midway through the 2021 model year and included both visual and mechanical updates, Porsche has brought the Panamera Sport Turismo into 2022 without any important alterations. Panamera Sport Turismo wagon exterior. To our eyes, the Panamera looks best as a wagon. That extended roofline works a charm, not to mention the standard roof spoiler. The Panamera has always been a bit heavy and bulbous at the rear. It's a brilliant design from the front to the B-pillar, but then it just looks like a 911 forced into unwanted extension surgery. We reckon the Sport Turismo is what the Panamera should have been from the beginning, instead of trying to force an iconic design into a shape it was never meant to be. LED headlights and tail lights are standard on all models, as is a panoramic roof. The V6 models, badged as the 4N4s, get 19-inch wheels as standard, while the GTS gets a nice set of black 20s to complement the rest of the black styling elements like the window surrounds and bumper inserts. On the base model, there are twin single-tube tailpipes with a brushed stainless steel finish, while the GTS gets quad tailpipes with a sporty high-gloss black finish. E-hybrid variants get E-hybrid badges accented with acid green, the same color applied to their brake calipers to denote the electric assistance. Dimensions. The Sport Turismo's overall length is 198.8 inches, and it rides on an impressive 116.1-inch wheelbase. With the mirrors extended, the overall width is 85.3 inches. The 4N4s are 56.2 inches tall, while the GTS sits slightly closer to the ground at 56 inches. The base 4N4s have the same 4,403 pound curb weight. The GTS model's larger engine adds roughly 200 pounds for a total of 4,601 pounds. Engine and transmission. All models come standard with Porsche's brilliant 8-speed dual-clutch PDK gearbox, sending power to an intelligent all-wheel drive system with a rear bias. This is one of the greatest transmissions in existence, and we're 100% convinced Porsche had a team of clairvoyants design it. How else could it predict the driver's behavior so accurately? The gearbox might be the same, but there are 3 different engines available, if you include the hybrid variants in the count. The 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 delivers 325 HP and 331 lb-ft of torque in the Panamera 4 Sport Turismo. That's a slight dip in power compared to the older V6 engine, but you get a lot more in return. It's more responsive, vocal, and willing to rev. The 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint time is down to 5 seconds or 4.8 with the Sport Chrono package, and it has a top speed of 164 miles per hour. Porsche uses the same engine in the 4s, but outputs are pushed up to 443 HP and 405 lb-ft of torque. The 0 to 60 miles per hour time drops down to 4.1 seconds in this configuration, and the top speed increases to 180 miles per hour. The famous Sport Chrono package can also be added to the 4s, dropping its 0 to 60 time to 3.9 seconds. This is primarily thanks to launch control, which comes standard with the package. The GTS comes with the Sport Chrono package as standard. It's equipped with a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 producing 473 HP and 457 lb-ft of torque. It gets to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds and tops out at 182 miles per hour. For a greener alternative, 2 plug-in hybrid versions are available. They use the same 2.9L twin-turbo V6 engine as the 4x4s, with the same specs from the engine alone, but add an electric motor to each, pushing the combined power and torque up to 455 HP/516 lb-ft on the 4E hybrid and 552 HP/553 lb-ft on the 4E hybrid, resulting in quickest 0 to 60 times of 4.2 and 3.5 seconds respectively. Handling and driving impressions. Porsche made some minor tweaks to the steering and adaptive suspension for the 2021 refresh, with these updates continuing on into 2022. The steering on the previous model felt a little numb, but Porsche has perfected electric steering over the years. These lessons learned from cars like the GT3 have eventually been implemented in cars like this, and the Panamera Sport Turismo is better off for it. Don't get us wrong, the Panamera is no GT3 or even a standard 911 for that matter, but it's darn good for what it is. Body roll is minimal, and the standard AWD gives you the confidence to push it hard. Still, there's no getting away from the fact that it weighs more than 4,000 pounds. The best way to explain the handling is to say that it won't annoy you if you are used to a 911. If you have a 911 you use over the weekends, the Panamera Sport Turismo is a perfectly acceptable weekday tool. The ride quality depends on which setting you choose. The sportier settings give you a stiffer ride, while the comfort mode is actually comfortable enough to use on a daily basis. The Sport Turismo soaks up all but the worst undulations and hovers around majestically, considering it's a heavyweight high-performance wagon. Panamera Sport Turismo gas mileage. Considering the performance, the fuel consumption of the Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo wagon isn't that bad. The base 4's EPA estimated figures are 18/23/20 mpg city/highway/combined. With the high output V6 under the hood in 4's guise, the gas mileage figures are 17/23/19 mpg. The 4.0-liter twin-turbo engine in the GTS is claimed to consume 15/20/17 mpg. All models are fitted with a sizable 23.7-gallon gas tank, which means even the thirsty 4.0L has an ample range of 403 miles. The plug-in hybrid variants are better still, consuming 22 mpg combined, while the base 4E hybrid manages 52 mpge when running with the electric motor, while the 4's E hybrid achieves 50 mpge. Both of these have a 19-mile electric range, and the 17.9 kWh lithium-ion battery takes as little as 2.5 hours on a high-speed public charging network. Seating and interior space. Porsche calls the Panamera Sport Turismo a 4+1-seater. Since there is no legroom for the middle rear seat passenger, only 4 adults can be comfortably accommodated. Space up front is generous, while rear passengers may feel constrained. The sunroof's natural light gives it a more airy feel, and you can opt for a lighter upholstery color to make it feel more spacious. All 4 seats are comfortable, supportive, and come with adequate side bolstering. Front passengers get 8-way power-adjustable seats with seat heating. Visibility is poor out of the rear, and blind spot monitoring would have been a helpful standard addition. Panamera Sport Turismo trunk and cargo space. The Panamera Sport Turismo is a wagon, which means you get ample cargo capacity, or at least more than you get in the standard sedan. The 18.3 cubic feet of cargo capacity, 14.7 in the e-hybrid twins, is perfectly adequate for the daily grind, as well as a weekend away for 4, although it falls short of the Audi R6's 30 cubic feet by some margin, despite the two sharing similar external dimensions. Unlike many high-end sedans, you can fold the rear seats forward to increase cargo capacity. They drop down in a 40/20/40 split, creating a 49 cube packing space, dropping to 45.4 in the PHEVs. A center pass-through is also standard. Interior space is limited for smaller items, though. The door pockets are tiny, as is the storage space underneath the center armrest. Front passengers get a set of cup holders integrated into the armrest. These cup holders aren't the same size, however. You'll have to play a game of rock/paper/scissors every time you pull over for a beverage. Panamera Sport Turismo infotainment and features. Features. The standard luxury and convenience features are almost the same across the range. These items include 8-way power-adjustable heated front seats, an adaptive spoiler, dual-zone climate control, keyless entry, a rear-view camera, and parking sensors front and rear. In addition to the above, the 4s comes with quad tailpipes and red brake calipers. The GTS model has leather and Racetex upholstery, 18-way power-adjustable front seats, and the Sport Chrono package as standard. The options list is about a mile long. Call us old-fashioned, but we believe a $100,000 car should at least come standard with adaptive cruise control, a leather interior, and a surround view camera as standard. We understand customers want to customize their vehicles to their exact specifications, but charging $280 for a heated steering wheel and $2,250 for adaptive cruise control on a car that costs $99,200 is shameless. Infotainment. The Porsche's 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen screen is an attractive unit, but it lacked some functionality in previous model years. Porsche now includes wireless charging, wireless Apple CarPlay, and, finally, Android Auto, albeit wired. It also comes with Bluetooth, Sirius XM, HD radio, navigation, and voice control. As standard, it's coupled to a 10-speaker sound system with a relatively weak 150 watts. Connect Plus is standard, allowing you to check on your car remotely. Optionally, customers can spec a 710-watt, 14-speaker Bose sound system, a 1,455-watt 21-speaker Burmester 3D sound system, and a rear seat entertainment system. The latter consists of a pair of 10-inch touchscreen displays that should keep the kids sufficiently entertained for a few hours. Panamera Sport Turismo problems and reliability. The entire Panamera range was recall-free in 2019 and 2020, but the 2021 Sport Turismo was recalled once by the NHTSA for front lower trailing arms that were incorrectly forged, an issue that could lead to a loss of vehicle control. As standard, the Sport Turismo comes with a 4-year/50,000 limited and powertrain warranty. A 1-year/10,000 mile complimentary maintenance plan is included, too.